Welcome to this taped version of my live Zoom yoga classes that I hold every week. I hope you enjoy these. I post them for your enjoyment, but if you're interested in joining the class live, just comment in the section below and I'll send you information on how to do that. So let's get started. Well, it's been a little chilly, but we're about to enter a beautiful, beautiful week ahead. You might have been noticing the weather reports. It's going to be so summery next week. Jump from early spring into midsummer. But today is a little cool. So let's get our breath going and maybe do a little bit of ujjayi to warm ourselves up. So find your breath. First, find your seat with your feet flat, your knees over your ankles, and your knees in line with your little hip points here. Roll your shoulders up and back, settle them down away from your ears. Lift your sternum and the crown of the head. So just kind of float the torso up towards the ceiling. And rest your hands on your lap with the palms up or down, whichever seems natural. So palms down is more of a soothing effect on the mind and body, and palms up are more of an invitation for energy or whatever the universe might have to offer you today. So it's just an openness to receive whatever's coming your way. And with your eyes open or closed, just begin to breathe with your attention resting on any part of the path of the breath that stands out for you. So perhaps you feel this breath as it comes into the nostrils more than any other place, or perhaps it's as it moves down the throat or spreads into the chest or the belly. And when you find the spot that grabs your attention most, just rest your attention there and breathe. And so when we observe our breath and let our attention stay focused there, our mind and all the chatter that it tends to have, talk, just kind of dissipates, kind of just moves its way out. And our mind quiets. And as our mind quiets, so does our physical body. So you might feel a settling in the body, kind of arriving. So connection between the breath and the body and the mind. The unification, as is the definition of yoga, to unite. And once you've found a nice rhythmic pattern for your breath, without forcing it or telling it to do anything unnatural or anything that it's not naturally doing, just watch it and allow it to be. You might add that ujjayi effect, that pranayama technique that has you restrict the back of your throat as you breathe in and out. And many people call it this wave-like sensation, this ocean breath, because as you breathe in, you might imagine a wave pulling away from the shore as that vibration happens in your throat and in your chest. And as you breathe out, you might feel or imagine the wave coming back to shore. And ujjayi breathing is a wonderful way to build a little bit of warmth in the body. And it's also a way to stay present with your practice. So if you'd like to bring it along with your practice today, go ahead and do that. Nice gentle ujjayi. So take 2 or 3 more breaths, layering on that restriction in the throat and that wave-like sensation in the body. And after your 3rd breath out, let your eyes open and bring your arms down by your sides. Inhale your arms out to the sides and up overhead, press your palms together. And as you exhale, turn your palms outward and let them float back down. 2 more like this, inhaling up and exhaling out and down. And 1 more. Keep your arms down by your side and breathe in. And exhale your arms up. And inhale your arms down. And exhale up. Last one, inhale down. And exhale up and keep your arms up. So press your palms together. Take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, take your right arm and let it float down by your side. Take your left arm up and over to the right. So you're in this nice lateral stretch here, as if you're between 2 panes of glass. So what that means is you're not leaning forward as you lean sideways as well or back. You're just a nice straight line. And then breathe into your left side, your left lung, wherever you feel it most. And then inhale both arms up, come to the other side, left arm down, right arm up, and then we lean to the degree that's comfortable. So you don't want to feel that you're struggling to hold here. It's just a beautiful stretch. And when you find that stretch, breathe into your right side. And then inhale both arms back up. And come into a twist to the right, left hand on right leg and right arm beside, behind, wherever you can go. Get nice and tall here. So make room in your spine for the rotation. And then turn as far as you can without pulling on your legs. So you're using the muscles around your core to make that rotation. So the ribs and the shoulders are rotating. And then just let your head drift forward and back without forcing it past its natural stopping point. You're just noticing whether you are stiff or tight or tender today. And the next time you're looking over the back shoulder, pause. Take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, nod your chin and relax your shoulders. Take 2 deep breaths. And then bring your chin to neutral. So you're parallel to the ground with your chin, turn it towards the front shoulder. Take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, nod and relax. 2 more of those breaths, big and deep and slow. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up, torso's facing forward, and we will take that rotation to the left. So here we go. Find the rotation that works for you, no struggles here. So you're working these muscles that wrap the ribs as you rotate. And once you're turned, begin to let the head drift forward and back. And the next time you're turned towards the back shoulder, pause and take a breath in. And exhale as you nod your chin and relax your shoulders. And then take 2 more breaths. Bring your chin back to neutral, turn it towards the front shoulder, nice breath in, and an exhale to nod and relax. 2 final breaths here. Then inhale yourself forward, arms reach nice and high, legs are engaged. So that means they're really strong and your core is working. We're going to take a forward fold into ragdoll. So reach your arms forward, lay your torso on your side. Dangle your arms if you like, hold opposite elbows if you like. Or if your back needs your support today, take your forearms on your thighs for that support and just let the crown of your head turn down. You might roll your shoulders, sway your torso, nod or shake your head. Any movement that feels kind of natural, just kind of go with the flow. What does your body want you to do here? And then release any bind you might have. And inhale yourself back up as you sweep your arms wide and press your palms together overhead. Glide your hands down to your sternum, turn your head down towards your fingertips. And then on an inhale, open up nice and wide, and your palms will be facing up. So we're going to tap our shoulders 10 times here, or 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, and keep your hands on your shoulders and draw circles with your elbow. So keep the circles slow, but make them any size that feels right. Small, perhaps, or large, or maybe you just gradually get larger. And then reverse direction. Maybe you go from large to small in this direction. Or maybe you stay large or small. Again, just listen to what your body and your shoulders in this case would like you to do. Stop when your elbows are out to the side. And then we'll go up and down. On our inhale, we'll lift the elbows high, hands meet behind our neck, and as we exhale, elbows down, upper arms against our ribs. So we're just going up and down here, staying nice and tall. And to stay tall, you always want to keep that core engaged, so keep your navel drawn. And breathe. And then pause when your elbows are shoulder height. So they're pointing in opposite directions. We're going to do our seated cat and cows. I like to scooch a little forward when I do this. You can do the same if you wish, if that feels good. So we're going to press our elbows back, open up our heart, and lift our gaze as our pelvis tilts slightly forward. And then the elbows come together, chin tucks, and the pelvis rocks back. And these don't have to be super big undulations. They can be nice and small. So whatever feels good for you. We're simply getting the spinal fluid flowing, getting the muscles along our spine warmed up. And the next time your elbows are out in front of you, keep them there. And extend your arms shoulder height. And we'll tap from here, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, and extend your arms. Take your left arm over your right, crossing at the elbows, and maybe you come to eagle arms, hands on shoulders, back to back forearms, interlace, and bring your palms together, wherever you can go with this, and then take that right leg up and over, wherever it will go. Squeezing the legs together, pulling the arms apart, and tucking the chin. Take a full breath here. Big breath in. And sigh it out through your mouth. Another breath in. And then choose whether or not you'd like to exhale upright or fold into baby eagle, elbows towards navel, forearms on thighs, chin tucked. And then take 2 or 3 deep breaths right down your spine. So imagining that breath is coming in to your back and down to your tailbone. And then inhale yourself back up and unravel. Bring your arms back out in front of you. Take the right arm on top this time. Find your eagle arms and your eagle legs. Left leg on top. Squeeze your legs, pull your arms, tuck your chin. A nice full breath here. And then you have a choice. A nice breath in. And stay up as you exhale or fold down. Wherever you are, 2 big breaths into the back and down to the tail. Next inhale brings you all the way back up and unravel. And then set up for our core work. Here again, I like to be forward in my chair when I do this. We're going to be bringing opposite knee and opposite elbow together, keeping the core engaged. So to engage it, navel draws in, lower ribs draw in and up, and the pelvic floor lifts. So you can feel this engagement. It's almost as if you're trying to move these little hip points together and you're squeezing them together. So as we do this, try not to lean towards your knee to get your elbow there, but get your knee up to your elbow. And if they don't touch, that's okay. All right, do what you can. So we're working our core by lifting our leg here. Here's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7 and 8 and 9. Last one. And now we will move a little bit into our hips as we externally rotate and lift, reaching for our ankle or our foot. So here is 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Opposite arm and leg extension. So the leg goes straight out, foot flexes, and the arm goes straight out from the shoulder. Fingers reach forward. So here we go. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. Last one. Great. Let your feet move apart about the distance of the legs of your chair. Support yourself with your hands on your lap. Keep those core muscles engaged and begin to rotate the upper body over the lower body. And these circles, just make them organic. They can be real slow and you can pause along the way, kind of hang out between your legs, or opposite shoulder to opposite knee, or maybe you lean back and really work your core. So much you can do with these while at the same time working down into our hips. Noticing what direction you're going so that you can reverse. If you don't know where you're going, you don't know how to back up. So here we go. Back and go in the opposite direction. Big circles. And then come into stillness. Find a nice tall spine. Bring your feet back to about hip width distance. So that means your knees are in line with these little hip points and your ankles are underneath them. So from here, we're going to lift that right leg off the ground and draw circles on some imaginary canvas. Let's all be painters this morning. Imagine there's a paintbrush on your knee and you're drawing these beautiful, beautiful circles, orbs in reverse direction. Maybe change color. And then hug your leg in. Same thing with your ankle, just circle it. And whenever we circle something in yoga, we want to do it in the opposite direction too, because that's what our body likes. Balance. Point and flex and curl your toes. Just make as much movement in those toes as you can. And then keep that ankle flexed and take it to your left side. If you'll get there, always okay to bring it along an extended leg. Check in with your right hip before you do anything else. So just breathe into that hip. Eyes closed is always helpful to dive down into that low back, buttock, and hip and breathe into it. And if you find that you're called to go a little deeper, you might lean forward. As you lean forward, reach your heart forward rather than curl your shoulders down. So you want to extend the spine and fold from the hip creases to the degree that is comfortable. You're going to intensify that stretch, but you don't want pain. So please back away if you encounter it. Sometimes, we push ourselves so hard. Oh, this isn't painful. We kind of deny the pain. It can be intense. Stretch can be deep, but pain is different. And learning the difference in our own bodies is key to not hurting yourself. Just breathe. And then inhale yourself back up. And once you get up, take that leg out in front of you. Keep the foot flexed. Bring the heel down. Glide towards your ankle or your toes, wherever you can get to, and point and flex. And find a flex that is comfortable. You can hold here for 3 breaths, feeling a stretch through the back of that right leg. And one more breath. And then come back up. And we'll move it to the other side. So the left leg comes up. Get that paint brush full of paint and draw circles on that imaginary canvas. And then switch color and switch direction. And then hug that leg in. Same thing with the ankle, swirl it around. Let it click and clack all at once. It's good for it. Point and flex and curl and spread your toes. And then keep that ankle flexed and bring it to your right leg. Again, if it will get there, modify any way that you need to if you can't get it up there. Check in with that left side and decide whether or not more is good or not good for you today. So if you're going to lean forward, go ahead and do it with a nice long spine. Breathe into sensation, move back away from pain. And then imagine yourself filling that hip or those tight spaces that you're feeling in the low right or low left quadrant. Just fill that space with breath. And then let it all go as you let the breath out. So you're kind of like a balloon. Then inhale yourself back to vertical. And once you're there, that leg comes forward, foot stays flexed, heel comes down, and you glide towards the ankle or toes, even the calf. That's as far as you can get. Point and flex, and find the flex. That's a comfortable stretch for the back of that left leg. And take 3 breaths. And glide yourself back up. And set yourself up into seated mountain with your knees over your ankles, roll your shoulders up and back. Relax your arms down by your sides, and we'll move into our sun salutations. So inhale your arms overhead and exhale into cactus. Inhale, slightly lean forward, and exhale, glide the hands over the thighs and knees and shins to the ankles, let the head turn down. Inhale, straighten your arms, draw your shoulders back, reach your heart forward, and draw your navel in. Nice flat back here. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, energize your legs as you sweep your arms wide and come up, and glide your hands through your heart and back by your side to mountain. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lean, and exhale all the way down. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. And inhale, reverse it. Arms spread wide, up, overhead, down, through heart center and by your side. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lean, and exhale all the way down. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse it all the way up. Palms meet, thumbs come to the sternum, glide down through your heart to your sides, and we'll add our twists if they're right for you. So inhale and exhale. Inhale, lean, and exhale, glide all the way down. Inhale, lengthen. Always want length when you twist. Left hand down between your feet or somewhere on that right shin. Right arm out to the side, and you can stay here if you're not twisting, which is me today. But if you want to twist, rotate ribs and shoulders and let that arm float up to the ceiling. Move it to the right. Bring it back down. Take that left arm out. Stay here or rotate in the other direction. You're rotating left. Come back down and fold. And inhale, sweep it back up. Hands through heart center and back by your sides for the last round. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lean, and exhale down. Inhale, length, and exhale, left hand down, right arm out. You make your choice. Stay here or rotate to the right. Bring that hand back down and switch sides. Same thing, your choice. Twist or not. Bring it back to center and fold. And inhale, bring it up. Palms come to your heart this time and they stay there. So with your eyes closed, just take a moment to notice how things might have shifted or changed internally, both mentally and physically. You might feel, I like to call it an effervescence, a sense of aliveness in the body from moving. And when we move, we get all the fluids in our body flowing, which gives us that sense of aliveness. And our breath is deeper, also bringing that life force into our body. So even in a chair, we can be good to ourselves, do healthy things for ourselves. But we're not going to stay in the chair. We're going to get up. So we're going to do 20 stand up, sit down with your feet underneath your knees, maybe slightly behind. You don't want your feet way out in front of you. Doing this, I like to scooch forward in my chair before we start. So take opposite hand to opposite shoulder. And we'll go up and down 20 times if possible. If you need to take a break, take a break. Here we go. Here is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, bottom arm to the top for 11 and 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18 and 19, last one, and have a seat and take a breath. Good job. And let's stand up and do those joint rotations. Get those joints lubricated for the hikes we're going to take next week in the nice warm weather. But first, by mountain pose, as always, just kind of checking in with our alignment. So the feet are parallel, hips and shoulders are aligned. Roll your shoulders up and back, relax your arms down by your sides, palms slightly open and not rotated inward. Navel is drawn in, sternum is lifted. Kneecaps are lifted. Energetically pulling your feet apart, kind of exaggerating the arches in your feet. And imagining a string at the top of your head just pulling you so much up to the ceiling so you're light. So when we're aligned, our bodies are lighter. You might notice that because everything's working the way it's designed. So nothing's fighting itself to help you stay up. So from here, bring your weight into your right leg and take your left toes, put them behind you and just kind of roll over them, get into the nooks and crannies of your toes and your foot. In reverse direction. And then bring that foot down and switch sides. So you're gonna have that right foot stepping back, toes back, just roll over the toes into the foot and ankle. And reverse direction. And then bring your big toes together. Keep your heels apart, knees together. Hands above them, and circle your knees, whatever depth is right for you. And then reverse direction. And then pause. And walk your hands up your legs. Separate your feet and relax your knees and circle your hips. And reverse direction. And then pause. Keep your knees nice and soft and shake out your arms and move into our waterfall, our standing waterfall. Heels can stay planted or lift as you rotate. Breath, keep it full. Nice and full. You can sigh your breath out. And eventually coming to stillness. So the first thing that stops is the torso and the arms just kind of eventually have no place to go. So they stop. Bring your feet wide, turn your toes out, and bring your arms overhead for our goddesses. We will sink 5 times, holding on the last one. So nice breath in, exhale. Here's 2. And 3. And 4. And 5, and we'll hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring it back up. And step your feet together. And take your right hand to your hip. Keep your left arm up. Relax that left shoulder. And take that little lean over to the right. So both feet are holding your body equally. The legs are working equally. You can pop that left hip out a little bit to go deeper if that's what you'd like to do, but no requirement here. So you don't want to overstretch or cause tension in your body by trying to hold a stretch that's too much for you. And then bring it to the other side, left hand, left hip, right arm up, and over to the left. So we're stretching all the little intercostal muscles, the muscles between our ribs. And when we allow those to be stretched and open, we can breathe even deeper. So give that a try. And then come back up. Separate your feet just a little bit further. Tiny bit further than hip width. Take your opposite hand to opposite shoulder and we'll do our mini twist. So when we're doing these twists, you want to be sure that your core is engaged throughout. And when we rotate in the tiny little rotations, the head stays facing forward. Because if your head comes with you, your hip, as you might see, wants to come true. So we want to keep our hips facing forward. So inhale, exhale, right and center and left. Center, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. And relax. Get out if you like. And we will do our, does everybody have a block nearby? Okay. Is we're going to do our dynamic balance using the block as we did, I believe, 2 weeks ago. I think we tried this 2 weeks ago. So long ago, I don't remember. All right. So put the block either the flat, the very shallow way, or halfway, the medium way, in front of you. And we're going to, this is the action. It's going to be up and over with a straight leg. So it's not this, but this. Trying not to knock it over, but you might, and I might, but that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to get that leg up and over, back and forth, and we're going to go 10 times. Feel free to put a finger on a chair, hold a chair, whatever you need to feel balanced. Starting with the left leg. So here we go. Here's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent, excellent. So of course, what we do on one side, we must do on the other. So the weight's in the left. We're going to do the same thing here. So the right leg is forward. Find a drishti, a point of focus, for 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8 and 9, whoops, and 10, whoops. And I did it. That is my unbalanced side. We all have an unbalanced side, and that is mine. So it takes me a little more effort to do it on that side. So that means I need to practice that side more. So a nice different way of dynamically balancing in movement. So here we go. We're going to do that nice tree pose, which just lets us stand there. So weight is in the right. Come onto the toes of the left, externally rotate. Find the rotation that works so your hips aren't following along. So your hips are still straight. Toes can stay down, foot can come up, anywhere that you're comfortable. Hands at your heart or cactus or overhead. I will watch the clock. So it's important to breathe when we balance, because that allows some suppleness, some recovery. And then take that knee forward and step out of that side and move to the other side. So you're on the left, on the toes of the right, external rotation that works on this side, hand position that works on this side. Could be different, could be the same. And I am watching the clock. So find your drishti, your point of focus. Some people like it straight ahead at eye level. Some people find it more effective if it's on the floor, 8 feet or so in front. So find what works for you. And whatever works is right. And then take that knee forward. Step out of that way. And we're going to do our vinyasas on the floor. We're going to do kneeling sun salutations, 3 or 4 of them on the floor today. So just move your chair on your mat and come to mountain pose at the top of your mat. And find mountain pose. From mountain. Inhale your arms overhead, palms pressed together. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, find length, hands to shins or thighs, shoulder back, heart forward, navel in. Exhale, fold and bring your hands to the mat. Step 1 foot back, lower a knee and bring the other one back. To meet it, bring your hands flat with fingers spread, wrists underneath shoulders, or fisted if your wrists are sensitive and you want to take that compression out. So whatever works. Knees are under your hips. So here we go with some knee, tabletop cat and cow. So just let your tailbone lift and your belly drop, and your heart lift, and then bring it in the opposite direction. So it's very much like we did in the chair, but we're not in a chair. We're just in a different shape right now. Find stillness with a nice long spine. So the crown of your head and your tailbone are the same height from the floor almost, and they're reaching away from each other. So your spine is long, draw your navel in towards your spine. And take your right leg back. Ankle is flexed, pinky's turning slightly down. Take your left arm forward. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, bring it in. We're doing 5. Here's 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And extend. And come back to the beginning and do 2 cat and cat. And find that neutral spine. Take the left leg back and float it up. So the ankle is flexed, pinky's turned down. Right arm extended. Find length on your inhale, bring it in on your exhale. Here's 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Bring it in and lengthen out. Bring everything down. Separate your knees to whatever degree feels right for your child. Toes stay together, hips sink back, and the forehead comes to the mat or to fists, or even to a block if you have one handy. And from here, take a couple of big breaths. Same thing that we did in the chair. Breathe in through the back, down to the tailbone. And then bring yourself to table. Maybe step yourself back just a wee bit and find a kneeling mountain. So we're going to do 4 rounds of these salutations today. Really good for your spine. Really good to open up the fascia that goes all down your back, from the top of your head to your heels. So inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, sink your hips, bring your hands to the mat, find child's pose. Inhale to table. Exhale, curl your toes under and send your hips up to down dog. We're going to stay here and pedal for a breath or 2. And then the knees come down and the hips sink back to child. Inhale with your arms reaching overhead, come back to kneeling mountain. And that is one. Inhale your arms overhead and exhale into child. Inhale to table and exhale, curl your toes, send your hips up and back, and you're in down dog. So pedal it out for a breath or two. And then inhale your knees down and exhale yourself to child. Inhale yourself back up, arms reaching high, and back to kneeling mountain. And we'll do 2 more rounds of this morning. Inhale and exhale to child. Inhale to table, exhale to down dog. And pedal it for a breath or two. Inhale, knees down. And exhale into child. And inhale back up. And arms back by your sides. Last time, here we go, inhale. And exhale to child. Inhale to table. And exhale, down dog. Pedal it out. And if this is too much on your shoulders, your arms, you can always come right into child. So you don't have to stay here. Inhale your knees down. Exhale, hips to heels. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, arms by your sides. Roll your shoulders. And then bring yourself back to table on your way to stop. So a knee comes forward, a hip lowers, and the legs spin around. Find a nice tall spine. Engage your legs. You're going to find our way down to our backs slowly. And if you need to help yourself down, or if you have to come down sooner than the count of 10, that is your absolute prerogative. So hands as if you're holding a tray, ankles flexed, legs engaged, core engaged, and here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a full body stretch. So reach your arms overhead, reach your toes to the bottom of the mat. Take the biggest, fullest breath in of the day. Breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in. And exhale it out as you bring your knees into your chest. So give yourself a beautiful squeeze here. A nice hug. Back is connected to the mat. You might make circles with your knees to massage any tender spot. Or I like to toss my legs from side to side. And sometimes circle them as they go around. Just find those little nooks and crannies. Just roll over them. And then bring your legs down. So your feet are flat, your knees are bent. Take your left leg up towards the ceiling. Hold behind your thigh or your calf, whichever's reachable for you and comfortable point, and flex your foot. And then keep your ankle flexed and come into reclined pigeon. We did this in the chair, but sometimes there's a whole different experience when you do it on your back. So you're in this figure 4, your ankle is on your right thigh, right below your knee here. Press your thigh away from you. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. And then you have options. You can stay right here or lift your left foot off the ground and let your shin hang loosely. Or hold behind your right thigh just for support and let that left elbow press that left thigh away. Or you can extend that leg to the ceiling. And some people like to write their name with their toes. or you can rock. Again, we're looking for those tender spots in the low back. Try not to let everything clamp up in the jaw or the shoulders. Try to stay relaxed. And then bring that right foot down and take the left foot down next to it. And what we do on one side, we do on the other. So the right leg extends. Hold behind the calf or the thigh. Just don't pull on your knee is basically the message there. And point and flex and circle that ankle. You might feel this all the way down into your hip. Keep the ankle flexed, bring it to your left thigh, and press that right thigh away gently. And as we do this reclined pigeon, pay attention to what's going on with your sacrum. Take your fingers on your little hip points here. So sometimes when we push that right thigh away, our hips kind of swivel and our right side is lower than our left. So you want to try to keep those little bones parallel to each other as we press our leg away. So we're not rotating our pelvis. It's staying pretty parallel to the bottom of the back. And then again, you have options. Lift that left foot off, let the shin hang, hold behind the thigh, or extend the leg to the ceiling, rock or circle, or write your name. With your left foot, I don't know, I don't think I can do that. It's like I'm right-handed and my left hand doesn't work very well doing those things, and nor does my left foot. But we gotta try. Will not be pretty. Try to relax and then come back. Left foot down to the ground. If it was lifted, right foot right down next to it. And then you have options for our windshield wiper leg. So you can keep your feet close together, which will get into your back more. You can separate them a little further and it will get into your hips more. So what do you want to work here? What feels good? What feels tight? What needs that movement? And it might be both. So do 5 or 6 with your feet close. Do 5 or 6 with your feet apart. And just windshield wiping gently from side to side. Next time your knees are over to the right, let them hang out there. Either your feet are close together or they're further apart. So wherever they were when you were rotating or windshield wiping, just let them stay there. Nice stretch or opening through the left hip flexor here as you press that left knee away from you. And then inhale back up and go to the other side. Kind of hang out here for a breath or two, pressing that right knee towards the bottom left corner of your mat and getting that nice hip opener here in the front of your right hip. And then bring yourself back onto your back. And we're going to find happy baby of our choice. So you can hug your outer thighs in and bring your soles of your feet up towards the ceiling, drawing your knees towards your armpits. Or you can come between your thighs, reach for your toes, your foot, your ankle, whatever you can reach. But as you do this, see, rather than rolling your tailbone up and curling your back up, see if you can extend your tailbone long on the mat towards the bottom of the mat. So your back is nice and straight and long. And then maybe extend one leg and the other, or both. And bring whatever movement feels good. Eventually, extending your legs, bringing them together, stacking your fists under your tailbone or putting a pillow there, or the edge of your block and come into Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. So our legs, whether you realize it or not, are pumps for our blood to get back to our heart. They work really hard. That's why they're so tired sometimes at the end of the day when they're swollen, blood pools, right? So this is a great way to reverse that action and to ease the work of the legs for just a little while. So just relax your shoulders and your neck. Maybe open your mouth and wiggle your jaw. Stick out your tongue and wiggle it. See what tension you can find in your face and let it go. What tension you might be holding in your shoulders and let it go. And it's from this posture that we transition to Shavasana. And it could be right here that you'd like to stay. If you're comfy and it's no effort to be here, you might scooch to the wall and support your legs up the wall. Or maybe your knees are bent and they collapse towards each other and support each other. Or maybe you come into corpse pose with your legs extended, your arms relaxed by your side. Wherever you choose to go for this posture, make it a place where you can be still. So a place where you're comfortable, not fidgety. And once you get there, take a nice breath in through your nose and sigh it out through your mouth. And allow all the touch points of your body to the mat to relax. Kind of melt into them. At the back of the head and the shoulders, perhaps. The buttocks and calves and heels. The elbows or forearms or the backs of the hands, whatever's touching the mat. Just let them relax and trust in the support beneath them. I have a reading today, another poem from my friend Donna Falls, and it's called Empty. Empty is a frame without a painting, bare as slate, exposed by wind and rain. Only when I am empty can I then be filled with truth. And take a long, slow breath in. And a longer, slower breath out. Begin to bring some gentle movement into your body, perhaps a wiggle of toes, or fingers, circling of ankles or wrists, or a gentle movement of the head from side to side. And it would feel good to take a nice full body stretch. Go ahead and reach your arms overhead, extend your legs long, and take the biggest, fullest breath of the day so far. Get long, breathe in, keep breathing in. And let it go as you hug your knees into your chest for that final squeeze of the practice. A squeeze of gratitude to yourself for making it here for practice today, and a squeeze of thanks to your body for moving and breathing for you today. Rolling to one side if you like, staying on your back if you prefer, just finding a place where you can take a breath or two and notice what might have shifted or changed mentally or physically since you began your practice. Perhaps something released or let go, expanded, warmed, relaxed. Finding something that you can take off your mat out into your day or your week ahead. Could be the thought of the influence of emptiness on the possibility of finding truth. Finding a thought or worry, a fear or a judgment that doesn't serve you, that you can let go of and leave behind. And as you feel ready to end your practice, find your way to a comfortable seat. And once you're there, bring your hands to your heart. We bring our hands to our hearts, reminding us to fill our hearts with kindness and compassion. And to our lips, reminding us to speak words of kindness and compassion. And to our third eye, reminding us to expand our thoughts of kindness and compassion towards ourselves as well as others. And in honor of the light that shines in each one of us, the light that unites us all, we bow and say namaste.